Hello, welcome to our CRE lesson today. We said that we are going to look at creation of human beings. And before we look at the creation of human beings, let us remind ourselves what we learned last time. We looked at the order of creation. I would like us to have some few questions here so that we can see whether we really remember what we learned last time. The first question is, God created everything in dash days. God created everything in dash days. How many days did God use in creation? Yes, we said he created everything in 6 days. Question number 2. On the dash day, God rested after creation. On the dash day, God rested after creation. On which day did we say that God rested? He rested on the 7th day. God rested on the 7th day. Number 3, the heavenly bodies were created on the dash day. The heavenly bodies were created on the dash day. Now, which are these heavenly bodies? Are you able to name them from our last lesson? Yes, we have the sun, the moon, and the stars. Those are the heavenly bodies. And according to our last lesson, we said they were created on the 4th day. They were created on the 4th day. Another question. All types of sea animals were created on the dash day. All types of sea animals were created on the dash day. Now, we said that the sea animals were created on the 5th day. Question number 5. All types of plants were created on the dash day. All types of plants were created on the dash day. Which other name did we give the plants? Yes, we called them vegetation. Vegetation. And we said a question may set when they use the name vegetation, or they may use the name plants. So they were created on the dash day. The last question. The last of God's creation was dash. In other words, what did God create last? God created man last. Man was the last of God's creation. Now, having gone through those questions, I hope you are able to remember what we learned last time. So we are going to look at the creation of human beings. And in the creation of human beings, we are going to base our discussion in the book of Genesis. I hope you are writing down Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to 28. Genesis chapter 2, verse 4 to 25, and also Psalms 139, verse 14. I've talked about Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 to 28, Genesis chapter 2, verse 4 to 25, Psalms 139 and verse 14. I'm giving you the verses so that later on you can be able to read the verses and see what the Bible says about what we are discussing. Now, we said that our subtopic is creation of human beings. How are human beings created? We said that human beings were created on the 6th day, the last day. They are special in creation because, now, when you're writing the notes down, I would like you to write why human beings are special. Why human beings are special of all God's creation. 1, God molded them using his own hands. Unlike other things, he created them by the word of mouth. He created human beings using his own hands. 2, they were created from dust. Human beings were created from dust. 3, he breathed into the man's nostril. After creating the man, God breathed into his nostrils and he got life. 3, I beg your pardon, 4, he created them in his own image. He created them in his own image, and you can add their image and likeness. Image and likeness. 5, God asked man to take care of his creation. God asked man to take care of his creation. 6. He asked man to name the animals. He asked the man to name the animals. Now, we have these 6 reasons why man is seen as a special being of all the other God's creation. We have said 1, he molded the man using his own hands. 2, he created the man using the dust. Some other books will talk about the soil or even clay. It's the same. He breathed. 3, he breathed into the man's nostrils. He breathed into the man's nostrils. 4, he created them in his own image. He created them in his own image. 5, God asked man to take care of his creation. He was put in charge of all other creation. 6, he asked man to name the animals. He asked the man to name the animals. He was given power over all creation, so he was asked to name the animals. Now, what was the name of the first man? The first man was called Adam, and the first woman was called Eve. And we have said that they were the last to be created. They were the last to be created. Now, I would like us to look at the creation of the woman. And as we, before we look at the creation of the woman, I would like you to check on under that video and click on the subscribe. There is a place there, down there. You subscribe so that this video, you can be able to watch this video later with your kids and they are able to get these notes. Now, we continue. Creation of the woman. Creation of the woman. God saw that Adam was lonely. Despite creating all the types of plants, despite creating the animals, God saw that Adam was still lonely, and therefore he said that we are going to make him a companion. God was referring to the angels and also Jesus. We are going to make him a companion. So he created Adam. So why was he created Eve? I beg your pardon. So why was Eve created? Eve was created because of the following reasons. I hope you're going to note them down. One of the reasons is to be a companion. You have already said that. To be a companion to Adam. A companion is a friend, is a partner. To be a companion. 2, to be a helper. To be a helper, not a worker, but to be a helper. 3, she was created to help in procreation. Procreation is to give birth, so that now the generation can continue. Now, Eve was created from Adam's rib. God made Adam to have a deep sleep, and from him, he removed a rib and created Eve. So we have said that 3 reasons why Eve was created was 1, to be a companion to Adam. 2, to be a helper. 3, for procreation. Now, I would like us to look at some questions. And before we look at some questions, I'm kindly reminding you that you subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can be able to refer to this later together with your children. And we see how we are going to help them. The first question we are going to look at is, human beings were created in the dash of God. Human beings were created in the dash of God. We have said that human beings were created in the image and likeness of God. They were created in the image and likeness of God. Another question is, human beings are special because they are dash in the image of God. They are dash in the image of God. They are created in the image of God. God put man in the Garden of Eden and put him in charge of all dash. God put man in the Garden of Eden and put him in charge of all dash. He put him in charge of all creation. In charge of all creation. The last question is, Eve was created to be a dash, a companion, and to reproduce. We gave 3 reasons. Which of them is not given here? She was created to be a dash, a companion, and to reproduce, or for procreation. So the one that is not given here is the helper. She was created to be a helper, a companion, and also to help in procreation. To help in procreation. And therefore, now we come to the end of our lesson. I hope that you have enjoyed. I hope that you have learned something. And we meet again tomorrow on this forum. Please kindly remember to subscribe to that YouTube channel. God bless.